A new war is underway. No missiles, no soldiers, just data, code, and economic power plays. In 2025, tariffs are not mere taxes, they're strategic weapons. At the center of this modern conflict is artificial intelligence, a technology powerful enough to redefine entire industries, reshape economies, and shift the global balance of power. Historically, tariffs were simply taxes on imports, offering a buffer to local industries and generating revenue for governments. But in today's tightly knit global economy, tariffs have morphed into a strategic weapon. Their effects ripple through supply chains worldwide, influencing everything from the price of your smartphone to the fate of massive tech conglomerates. The U.S. China rivalry spotlighted tariffs as a modern tool of geopolitical influence. What started as disputes over trade deficits and alleged IP theft escalated into tit-for-tat tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods. A single move, like a tariff on microchips, can jolt the tech sector, disrupt automotive production, and force companies to rethink where they source materials. For example, when the United States imposed steep tariffs on certain tech components from China, multiple U.S. electronics companies immediately sought alternative suppliers in Southeast Asia. This temporarily helped them dodge tariff costs, but introduced new headaches, longer shipping times, unfamiliar vendors, and no guarantee of avoiding future tariffs. Tariffs can revive struggling industries or protect local jobs, like domestic steel plants enjoying a sudden boost. But they can also raise consumer prices, hurt downstream manufacturers, and provoke retaliatory tariffs from trading partners. Whether you're a farmer in Iowa losing a key export market or a gadget lover seeing prices soar, no one is truly immune from the fallout. Artificial intelligence is reshaping the 21st century in ways we've barely begun to understand. Able to process vast data sets and learn on its own, AI is fueling breakthroughs in healthcare, finance, logistics, and beyond. Governments and businesses see AI leadership as a ticket to economic might and global influence. Job displacement automation threatens entire job categories, from factory work to basic customer service. Bias in algorithms, AI systems reflect the data they're trained on. If that data is flawed or biased, the results can perpetuate unfairness. Ethical quagmires. When does an AI system become too independent? What happens if we entrust it with life and death decisions? Each of these challenges demands careful regulation and ethical oversight, something the global community is still scrambling to coordinate. At first glance, tariffs and AI might seem unrelated. In reality, they're increasingly intertwined, especially as the United States and China jockey for tech supremacy. Tariffs on chips or data processing equipment can stall AI innovations. Tensions between these two superpowers also deter collaboration, slowing research that thrives on open information exchange. AI systems aren't just lines of code. They require advanced hardware, semiconductors, GPUs, robotics components. When tariffs hike up the cost of these essential parts, startups and research labs face funding shortfalls. Large tech firms can sometimes relocate factories or stockpile supplies, but smaller companies often can't pivot so easily. A real-world example: a mid-sized robotics startup in California found itself priced out of essential circuit boards after tariffs hit imports from China. Despite considering suppliers from Vietnam and Malaysia, the sudden switch disrupted their product roadmap, delaying a major release and weakening investor confidence. Ironically, AI may also help businesses cope with trade disputes. Companies use predictive analytics to forecast tariff changes, scout alternative suppliers, and optimize shipping routes. It's a high-tech antidote to a high-tech problem, harnessing machine learning to navigate the unpredictable waves of global trade. Parallel to economic disputes is another race: the militarization of AI. Nations are investing billions to create autonomous drones, advanced surveillance systems, and tactical AI capable of near-instant battlefield decisions. This is not science fiction. It's happening now, and it's redefining national security strategies worldwide. Autonomous weapons. Can AI-driven machines be trusted to decide friend from foe? Escalation risks. Complex AI systems might act faster than humans can intervene, risking sudden large-scale conflicts if something goes wrong. Accountability. If a machine makes a lethal mistake, who's responsible? Think about a scenario where an AI misinterprets a routine military exercise as a threat. Without a human decision-maker in the loop, the path to escalation could be frighteningly short. The potential for accidents and miscalculations is massive, and the consequences dire. In these volatile times, companies and governments alike are tapping into AI-driven data analysis to find patterns that traditional models miss. By aggregating historical data, current market trends and even social media sentiment, predictive algorithms can alert decision-makers to emerging risks and opportunities. For instance, some agriculture exporters use AI to track real-time chatter on policy proposals, spotting early signals that tariffs might rise on specific crops. With this insight, they can quickly reroute shipments or renegotiate contracts, minimizing losses that once would have been inevitable. As AI's global influence grows, cooperation could yield incredible progress. Shared research might speed medical breakthroughs, climate solutions, and more equitable economic development. But if nations adopt a fortress mentality, hoarding advancements, blocking exports, raising tariff barriers, humanity might miss out on transformative AI-driven solutions. Despite the tech and political complexities, people remain at the heart of these decisions. Workers worried about losing their jobs to automation. Families facing rising costs due to tariff-driven price hikes. Engineers torn between national loyalty and the universal desire to push science forward. Each story is a reminder that behind every policy or algorithm is a human life impacted, for better or worse. We stand at a crossroads. This silent war of trade policies and AI breakthroughs could unite the world in pursuit of shared prosperity or drive new rifts in a global landscape that's already fragile. 1. Prioritize ethical AI. Encourage transparent research, balanced regulation, and robust ethical frameworks that guide AI development, especially when it comes to military use. 2. Seek smart, measured trade policies. Tariffs need careful calibration. While they can protect strategic industries, they can also undermine international partnerships that fuel innovation. 3. Champion global cooperation. Major challenges like climate change, pandemics, and resource scarcity demand collective solutions. AI could be our best ally, but only if we break down barriers rather than erect them. The choices we make today will echo well into the future. Let's not be lulled by the fact that this war is fought without bullets. Data, algorithms, and economic leverage can wield power every bit as transformative and potentially destructive as traditional weapons. It falls to all of us, policymakers, business leaders, technologists, and citizens, to insist on a path that champions collaboration, foresight, and humanity. The future is unwritten. Let's decide together what story we'll leave for generations to come.